Hello, ID60. Welcome to Winter 26. So first of all, I want to apologize for not having the class completely ready for you on the first day. I got the message that the class was going to be canceled because we didn't have enough students, and our wonderful dean worked her magic over the weekend. And on Monday, we had a few students add, so she was able to keep the class. So with that being said, I stopped prepping because I'm like, why am I prepping for something that's not going to happen? So I wasn't completely prepared, so I apologize. But the first few days are ready for you all, so it should be good. If you incur some late notifications because I was a day late, I will definitely make sure that those are corrected before the final grades go in. So thank you for being here. This is ID60, Real Estate Styling and Staging. This is a winter course, so it is accelerated. So during our normal fall and spring classes, we have an assignment due once a week. Assignment or discussion or both. For this class, because it is condensed in the winter, that means we have something due Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So that is the typical pattern. A module will open on Monday, something will be due on Wednesday, then a module will open on Wednesday, and then something will be due on Friday, and the cycle continues. So it is relatively fast paced. So just make sure you're prepared for that and that you set aside the time to get the assignments done. So this is actually the second time this class is being taught. Last semester was the first. So I think most of the bugs and hiccups and things are corrected. But if you run into something, please let me know, like a module isn't opening or there's a link that's disconnected. All of those things are possible. I'm working on that perfection card. I'm this close, but not there yet. So I am open to hearing thoughts and suggestions, and there definitely will be a survey in the end in regards to ways that you all feel this class can be better. So it is a fun class. It is more specifically geared towards interior styling, decorating, and staging. And it is part of a bigger program. If you're not familiar with the Mount SAC Interior Design Program, we are a very well established program. We've been around for, this is actually my 20th year. So I would say at least the program has been around. We have a kitchen and bath certificate, which is unique to our program, and it's certified through the National Kitchen and Bath Association. We, for the most part in our program, deal with a lot of commercial design and standards, which I think is really fun because you're able to do bigger projects that impact more people than in residential, and you also get to be very, very creative. So when you're talking about creating shape and space and ideas and moods and things like that, a lot of times commercial design allows you to do that on a grander scale. We will be talking about how to do that in residential design in this class, how color, shape, texture, organization all affect the feel and the ideas behind what happens in interiors in residential spaces. So that is more about what this class is about, sort of creating that same idea. How do you sell to a client? How do you make it feel like home? Possibly even before anybody has even moved in, so that it can not last so long on the market so that you can get a higher price. So all of those things are what we'll talk about in this class. And then there is a second class, which is more hands-on. So this class is basically lecture. And then it does come with some lecture application or some projects. The next class that you take is really about the business of staging. And it's taught by a staging professional. Her name is Eileen, and she works in the Mount Sac area. Actually, she works all over. I know her offices are located close to Mount Sac, and she also has warehouses and all those things. So she will basically teach you about the business of staging, whereas here in this class, it's more about the aesthetic. So what else can I tell you? Oh, I can tell you about me. I have been in the interior design industry. I've actually really lost count of the years. It's been a really long time. Like I said, I've been teaching at Mount Sac. This is my 20th year. I worked at multiple schools prior to this. So I've taught at Cal State Long Beach. I've taught at Long Beach City. I've taught at Santa Monica. I taught at FIDM and Brooks, and I think Brooks is no longer around. And before that, I worked at a commercial design firm called Gensler for several years. And in my career, I started actually in residential, and I actually did a sabbatical where I went and worked at a residential firm in 2018, 19, I do believe. And I have done model homes. So I've done a lot of different areas. I've done hospitality. So for the most part, hotels, but some restaurants sprinkled in there. So I've done a lot of different types of design, and I really find teaching to be very rewarding. My favorite part of design is sort of that big picture, like how you make a space feel. Is it cozy? Is it professional? All these sort of big ideas and the way we tell stories in space is my favorite part of design. So I feel teaching really allows me to do that. Over and over and over and over again. So that is me. Did I tell you my name? My name is Elizabeth. People call me Liz. And I think that's it for my introduction. If you have any questions, I don't have any specific office hours during winter because I feel like we're all out and about. But you can always inbox me and set a time, and we can do a Zoom conference. I am totally open to doing that. You can always inbox me anytime and I'll answer questions. We also have a student assistant in the class, Nicole, and you'll get an introduction to her in the Canvas shell. And I think that's it. So if you have any questions, concerns, let me know, and I will see you in Canvas. Bye.